Hi, everyone. I am sorry I'm not there today, but I'm excited that we can still have a lesson, even though I will not be with you. So, we're going to start out our lesson today the way I told you yesterday with a citizenship practice question from the United States citizenship test. So, this one says, what ocean is on the west coast of the United States? So, what ocean is on the west coast of the United States? Your choices are Southern Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Arctic Ocean, and Atlantic Ocean. So, just think in your head for a second, which one do you think is on the west side of the United States? You can either Google the answer or you can look at a map. So, remember our directions. North would be up here. South would be down here. East is over here. West is over here. So the ocean that is on the west side of the United States would be the Pacific Ocean. So if you thought that was the answer, then you got it correct. Otherwise, next you will go to Google Classroom. So go ahead and go to Google Classroom and click on the EL American History Classroom. There you are going to click on the first thing you see that says immigration photos and email. Here are the directions. It says click on the link and look through the photos. Choose a photo of an immigrant that you would like to write an email to. Write an email to jchristiansen@spencerschools.org, so to me, using the example in this video, and then send the email. So we are going to look through some more photos of immigrants, and you are going to choose a photo and write an email to the person that is in the photo. So just click on this link here. I'm going to read about this photographer, and I will read it in English, and then I will summarize what it says in Spanish. So biography, that just means it's going to tell us about this photographer's life. So follow along with me as I read, please. A pioneer in the use of photography as an agent of social reform, Jacob Riis immigrated to the United States in 1870. While working as a police reporter for the New York Tribune, he did a series of exposés on slum conditions on the Lower East Side of Manhattan, which led him to view photography as a way of communicating the need for slum reform to the public. He made photographs of these areas and published articles and gave lectures that had significant results, including establishment of the Tenement House Commission in 1884. In 1888, Riis left the Tribune to work for the Evening Sun, where he began making the photographs that would be reproduced as engravings and halftones in How the Other Half Lives. His celebrated work documenting the living conditions of the poor, which was published to widespread acclaim in 1890. During the last 25 years of his life, Riis produced other books on similar topics, along with many writings and lantern slide lectures on themes relating to the improvement of social conditions for the lower classes. Despite their successes during his lifetime, however, these photographs were largely forgotten after his death. Ultimately, his negatives were found and brought to the attention of the Museum of the City of New York, where a retrospective exposition of his work was held in 1947. Rees was among the first of the United States to conceive of photographic images as instruments for social change. He was also among the first to use flash powder to photograph interior views, and his book, How the Other Half Lives, was one of the earliest to employ half-tone reproduction successfully. At a time when the poor were usually portrayed in sentimental genre scenes, Rees often shocked his audience by revealing the horrifying details of real life and poverty-stricken environments. His sympathetic portrayal of his subjects emphasized their humanity and bravery amid deplorable conditions, and encouraged a more sensitive attitude towards the poor in this country. So this is just saying that this photographer, Jacob Riis, was an immigrant. He immigrated from Denmark, and he took pictures to create social change, which means basically to change the way people treated or approached immigrants. And he did this by taking pictures of slum conditions, so conditions in slums, which basically means very, very bad living conditions. So maybe people in slums during this time did not have a bed. Maybe they did not have a place to bathe. Maybe they did not have a home or a place to sleep. So he tried to create change by taking pictures of these conditions so people could learn about how these slums looked and would try to help them. I'm going to explain this in Spanish now for those that are confused. So Jacob Riis emigró a los Estados Unidos en 1870. Era un fotógrafo que tomaba fotos de las malas condiciones en que vivían los inmigrantes en Nueva York. So right now you're going to scroll down and just look through any of the photos that you see. So you'll see a few here. They have a title for each photo. You can scroll down and click on the photos to take a closer look at what it looks like. So for example, classes in Allen Street and Christie Street public schools. So this is just what school looked like back then. So you are going to scroll through and you are going to look at these pictures, and you can click on them as you would like. So anything that catches your eyes, look at it, connect with it, think about how you react to it. You can view more by just clicking on the button. And once you see something that you really don't like or do like or connect with, anything that you want to write about, you are going to click on that picture and you are going to react to it. So remember, reaction just says how you feel or how you connect to something. So I'm going to keep looking here. And I'm going to look at the different pictures. Here's another picture from school. These are all immigrants living in New York. And once you feel like you have a picture that you would like to choose, you are going to select that picture. And you are going to write an email to the people or person in the picture. So let's say I picked this picture. I'm going to copy this picture, so I can just right click and click copy image. Then I'm going to go to my email, and I'll just show you this quick. I'm going to click on compose, and then I'm going to write an email to me, because this is how I will know you did this. The subject can be immigrant email. Then you're going to paste your picture. So see how I put my picture in here? Then you are going to write an email pretending like you're writing to the people in the photo. So just like our letter in FOL, you are going to write paragraphs about the photo. I don't know these people's names, so I'm just going to say hello. First thing you're going to do is write why you are writing this email. Just like our letter, you are going to write why you are going to write this email. Let me see if I can hide this quick. Okay, so you're going to write why you are writing this email. So you're going to look at here for some help. I am writing this email because I want to tell you how I feel about your picture. Okay, so I told them why I'm writing the email. And now I'm going to explain why I'm choosing to write an email about this picture in particular. This picture is interesting to me because it teaches me a lot about the conditions for immigrants in the past. Then I'm going to space and do my body paragraph. Here is where I'm going to tell them how the picture makes me feel. I feel sad that children were forced to work in bad conditions to help their families. I see the pain and suffering on the faces of the people in this picture. Okay, so I have my body paragraph where I say how I feel, so how this picture makes me feel. And then I have to move on to my conclusion, so I have to find a way to end my email. Here's where I might want to say what I hope for the people in this picture. I hope that the conditions improved for you and your family. You can also talk about any connections you have or any other feelings that you have that you did not talk about in the body paragraph. Thank you for coming to the United States and working for our country. Sincerely, so just like when you write your letter in FOL, you can write sincerely and then your name. So I have my greeting, hello. I have my intro, why you are writing this email. My body, how it makes you feel. And your conclusion, how are you going to end your email? Then you will send this to me, and I will know that I've gotten it because it will come up on my email. Okay, that is your job today. Look through these photos, find one that you would like to write an email about, and you're going to write your email to the person in the photo. There are a lot of photos from this photographer. I'm going to explain the assignment now in Spanish for those of you that might need extra help. All of you will have an email due by the end of the class period. Vas a seleccionar una imagen y escribir un correo electrónico a la persona en la imagen. Les dirá por qué está escribiendo el correo electrónico, cómo se siente acerca de tu imagen y concluirá su correo electrónico. Este email es para señora Christensen y necesita entregarlo antes de 10 por la mañana. Gracias.